Hey, thanks for tuning in to the Crush It Trading Recap Show for Friday, October 11th, 2024. Crushed it today with $1,520. Not a bad day of trading the Crush It Trade strategy. The strategy did take place on many of the tickers that we watched today, and we're going to get into those trades here in just a second. But do me a favor and click the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, right now would be the perfect time to subscribe. And you can come trade with us live Monday through Friday from 9:30 to 11 right here on YouTube and learn the Crush It Trade strategy. All right, the trade of the day was... there it was, Apple, Amazon, and NVIDIA. Apple and Amazon were two little trades. We'll talk about those, but the big one came from NVIDIA. So let's start with Apple here. You can see it had this nice big red candle at the open and tried to get in at a continuation down to the 0.618 level. And so I got in right here on the one on this impulsive candle. We did get a little bit of a retest. I sold most of them down here almost to the 0.618 level. I was trying to de-risk at this point. Didn't think that we were going to get there, and we didn't. Ended up getting out the other half, somewhere's up, I think it was right here in the downside. I can't remember exactly where, but ended up green, a couple $100 on Apple. I was really hoping for a deeper flush, but we didn't get it. So that's the Apple trade. And then Amazon, here is Amazon. I got into Amazon here on a retest of the opening candle print on the 5 and off the 20-day here. So this is a really good trade. Now the problem that I had was I took NVIDIA at the same time, just a little bit after. And so I was in two trades at once, and I ended up selling the Amazon trade at a profit, but I ended up selling it early by accident. I didn't mean to. But you can see that the trade did set up really well. We got all the way into the crush it zone. I probably could have been at about 2,500, maybe 3,000 for the day if I hadn't gotten out of this trade. You know, I wasn't going to get back into it at that point. So here on the NVIDIA trade, my plan was to take the breakout of the previous day high. So I anticipated the trade, got in a little bit early here, and then started to scale out at the 0.618, and then I took out most of them right here at the top, almost to the crush it zone. I was a little worried we might not get there just because we're outside the Bollinger Bands here, and we did get a little bit of a pullback. It did head back up again, but by that time I was out of the trade. I was happy. I had $1,520 for the day. So that was a really good trade on NVIDIA. Now let's talk about the watch list. Now I've been playing this scenario the last few days about what if I just rolled out of bed and only took trades off of the near side of the crush it zone, right? So here's AMD, comes into the crush it zone. We had nice clean touches, and at this time, I did not take the AMD trade because I had already been up $1,520 for the day, and I don't take 2 or 3 trades a day. I get green and I stay green. That's it. But I was watching this trade here. We were calling it in the room, and this ended up being a 9 risk to reward ratio, a really good trade off of the near side of the crush it zone. So we can add that one as the first victory. And then the second one was Amazon. Just to be fair, you got to put the losses in here. So this one you would have been stopped out on. And this one here, it hit it again, you would have been green on. So you would have had a small loss on the first trade on Amazon. And then you would have had a nice green trade on the second one. So you would have had a net positive win here on Amazon. So here on Meta, I would have not taken Meta to the upside, just for the fact that it had an impulsive move to the upside. It was moving pretty quick. There really wasn't an entry on Meta to the downside off of the near side of the crush it zone. So I can't really count that one, but I can count Meta coming back down through the crush it zone right here and then jumping in and getting I suppose on your first scale, about a 3 risk to reward ratio. And if you took it down to the 0 line here, we'd be looking roughly at about a 7. So right away here we have 3 victories and 1 loss so far on the Crush It trade setup. We had nothing on Apple, and then we have Tesla, no trade on Tesla, and then we had NVIDIA right here off the near side of the Crush It zone. You had a 8.56 risk to reward ratio to the near side, but if you'd taken it all the way down on your trailers, you'd have gotten down to about 14. So some really good trades. So if you add all these up, you got 9, 2, so we're at 11. 11 and 7, we're at 18-ish. And then, 18 and 14, we'll just call it like 32, 34. Then you take out your losing trade here on Amazon. And if you really wanted to add a losing trade into Meta, you still could. So the whole idea of the exercise is just to show you that you can win playing the Crush It trade strategy if you only took the near side of the Crush It zone. So we're on day 4, I think it is, day 5 tomorrow. And you can see that you would have had a winning week. You'd have been really green for the week on this strategy. Once again, you kind of figure about a 30 risk reward ratio on all of these. Obviously, you got your investment money, but like I said, it's just an exercise to show you how well it works. you're never going to get in on the full move. You're always going to take about 50, 60% of that. And if you manage your trades properly, they should be really nice green trades. All right. So that is the Crush It Trade strategy. I hope you come trade with us Monday through Friday from 9:30 to 11 and learn it. And other than that, you guys have a good weekend, and we will talk to you Monday morning bright and early.